Hello and welcome back to some good old-fashioned moronic entertainment. I'm your host, the O.M.G. In today's episode, we will be talking about
everything sounds like it went swell. Oh, hey, look!
BioShock.
Man, everything looks so good and grand. Oh, everything looks gross.
BioShock is an RPG first-person shooter horror game that came out in 2007. The game was developed by 2K Boston and published by 2K Games and Feral Interactive. The lead game developer Kevin Levine used the themes of objectivism that would be famously preached by Ayn Rand when it came up to the ideals of Andrew Ryan, main antagonist of the game and where the foundational beliefs that the city of Rapture was built upon. I would be remitted to not mention that Kevin Levine has also stated many times that the point of the game was not to attack those like Ayn Rand who believe in the fundamental belief of objectivism. Speaking of Rapture, which is the setting players will find themselves in, is an idyllic utopia at the bottom of the ocean that, because of a rampant abuse of a drug known as Plasmids, has transformed this 1940s New York paradise into a dystopian hellscape. So, just regular New York, where the player must find a way out and back to the world above, but many choices and trials lay ahead that will shape the outcome of their fate. BioShock is one of those games that shaped the late 2000s gaming landscape from its release. The game developers set out with the express point to make a game that would push the bar in the survival horror genre. When it comes to BioShock, I to this day can remember the first time playing this game. From the atmosphere to downright unsettling look of Rapture, I was hooked immediately. But that said, the sad part is, until I was a lot older, I never actually played BioShock. Most of my life experience of BioShock in the city of Rapture was playing the demo that I got from a Game Informer magazine, back when you would get a demo disc for your console with your latest issue of a magazine. I knew I wanted to play this full game, but by the time I finally got around to getting the game, BioShock 2 came out, and I said, fuck it, why would I need to play the original when I got the basic idea? You get cool magic-like abilities by injecting weird drugs into yourself, and there's a super cool designed boss enemy known as a Big Daddy. What else is there to know? A lot. But more on that later. Point is, I enjoyed the hell out of the sequels, and if the series does well, I do plan on talking about those other titles in the future. But during the process of making this video, playing the game now as an adult, and doing all the research I did for this game, it's safe to say that the team behind BioShock succeeded in their mission in making a game that pushed the bar. I will talk more on my thoughts of the game later in the episode, but if you have not had the honor of playing this game for yourself, please do. With all that said, with the stage set, let's begin. At the start of the game, we meet our protagonist, Jack, a passenger on an airliner, which goes down in the Atlantic Ocean. After surfacing, Jack finds himself the only survivor of the crash and swims to a nearby towering lighthouse on an island. He finds there a bat sphere which descends into the ocean's abyss and to the entrance of the city of Rapture.
Okay. Fire is telling me to go this away. Oh, hey, look. Look at that bright light. Down goes the bottom of the plane. All right. Swim and swim, a 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 swim. That light's kind of fucked up. Okay. All right. Okay. Here I come. Okay. Ah. Oh. No gods or kings, only man. Sounds cool. All right. In what country is there a place for people like me, Andrew Ryan? Is that Andrew Ryan? He seems like a swell fellow. He seems like he's totally not going to be crazy. All right. Down we go. Do. Okay. Hold the lever crank. It's a weird elevator. 10 fathoms. Oh, hey. 18 fathoms. Oh. Hey, I was enjoying the view going down. Fire at your fingertips. Incinerate. Plasmids by Ryan Industry. Fuck's a plasmid? Oh, hey, what's up, dog?
I'm here to ask you a question.
Yeah, what's that?
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
I guess.
No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor.
Yeah.
No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God.
Totally.
No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone.
Sure.
I reject.
What's the point that you're getting to?
Instead, I chose something different.
Okay.
I chose the impossible.
All right. Well.
I chose Rapture.
Oh.
City where the artist would not fear the censor. Where
So
the
New York.
scientist would not
An Irishman, Atlas, assists Jack in making his way to safety via the service radio found in the submarine vessel.
You good, buddy? No. It don't sound like it. He's one with the fishes now. Why are you screaming at me? I'm just here. Oh. Ma'am, can you stop shaking this? Ma'am, I'm in here. Ma'am, can you please stop? Ma'am. Ma'am. Were you not cared for as a child? Oh, absolutely.
Andrew Ryan, believing Jack to be an agent of a surface nation, uses Rapture's automated system and his pheromone-controlled splicers against him.
Hello?
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent to you? The KGB Wolf?
No.
CIA Jackal?
No.
Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder. And Andrew Ryan isn't a giddy socialite who can be slapped around by government muscle. And with
I'm not a government muscle, though. I'm just some guy that fell out of a plane, man. Oh, hey. Bring it, bitches!
Atlas tells Jack that the only way he can survive is to use the abilities granted by Plasmids.
Ooh, cool tattoos. Why inject random thing inside you? Okay.
Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
It doesn't look like it, Atlas. And I feel like that was an overreaction.
And that he must kill the Little Sisters, accompanied by their hulking, armored protectors, the Big Daddies.
The fuck is a Big Daddy? Oh. That's a big drill.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel.
Mr. Bubbles? Oh, now he's cute.
I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's all right. I know he'll be an angel soon.
What do you mean by that? Do you I'm not going to die here. Totally not.
Speaking of Mr. Bubbles, which, might I say, is such an adorable name for by far one of the most terrifying entities you have to face in this game, Big Daddies are genetically enhanced humans with their skin and organs grafted to their armored diving suits. Yes, on the inside of that adorable, not at all terrifying scuba suit is a spaghetti and meatballs mess of skin, blood, and organs. Yum, right? These lovely bastards are also referred to by splicers in the game as Metal Daddies, giving a sense in the underground BDM rings of Rapture. These splicers are getting their freak on with Big Daddy's drill hand.
Big Daddy?
Always have been. You'll be no better off with a Metal Daddy, little fish.
Metal Daddy?
Floating.
All right. Sounds pretty kinky, guys.
Speaking of this guy, the Big Daddy that most people think of from the BioShock game is not a one-off type villain. He's not some ultimate big bad boss that you have to fight. In actuality, the Big Daddies are more or less like mini bosses that you have to get past to get to the Little Sisters. Get that sweet, sweet atom, which you have a choice in the game to harvest the atom out of the Little Sisters or use a fancy drug that Dr. Tenenbaum gives you to save them. The Big Daddies aren't real big communicators. The most that they can get out is their haunting moans or cries that sound like whales at the depths of the ocean.
Oh, hey, Mr. Bubbles.
Though it makes sense when you remember what they look like under the suit. So you might be wondering, well then, how do you know what they are thinking and feeling? Well, take a seat. It's simple. You just look at them, specifically at their helmets. Big Daddies wear their emotions directly in the light that they emit out of their mask. Green means you're okay, just don't get in my way of protecting the Little Sisters or get near her and you die. Yellow means they're on guard and will attack anyone who gets too close. And red means, well, your insides are about to become your outsides. What is even the point of these big monstrosities to exist? Because you do have to remember this.
Oh.
Rundown shithole of a city used to be, well, a city. Specifically, it was built to be a utopia. But again, that begs the question, well then why the fuck are these guys here? Did they just pop out of nowhere and follow around little girls with a passion for injecting the biggest needle you've ever seen into corpses? No, of course not. Big Daddies were actually originally created by Dr. Yi Sheng to serve as Rapture's workers, to help with maintaining the city by doing general labor work like repairs, building new structures, and Rapture. That all changed with the discovery of Adam.
I see. What's that guy up to? Looks like he's doing some repairs. It's a big old man.
With the demands of Plasmids, a product produced using Adam, on the rise and production not being able to meet that demand, a program was introduced to send out the Little Sisters to collect Adam from the corpses of splicers. But the problem with that was, well, while the Little Sisters were out collecting Adam, splicers would attack them to take their Adam.
He seems fine. Well, that's not weird. Hey, motherfucker, asshole. Oh. Huh. So that's what a Big Daddy looks like when he's angry. Jesus. You know what? Fair enough. He deserves. Okay. I think you killed him.
That's the Big Daddy. She got it on him. He keeps her safe.
Fair enough. The Little Sisters needed a bodyguard, a golden knight, a protector. And the solution was simple, the Big Daddies. The Protector Protocol, which was a program that Dr. Sheng proposed to Andrew Ryan to ensure the safety of the Little Sisters and, more importantly, to ensure the collection of Adam. The first attempt with making a breed of Big Daddies with the purpose of protecting the Little Sisters was the Alpha series. These were the first set of Big Daddies to be converted from 9-to-5 laborers to guardian angels. It, though, was a massive failure. The Alpha series successfully bonded with one of the Little Sisters, but they would not bond with any others, which led to them, after losing access to their Little Sisters, caused them to become unalivingly violent.
Hop, Mr. B. No time to waste.
What's up?
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
I won't.
Angels don't wait for us. Hurry, Mr. B.
He seems upset. He probably saw through the disguise.
And or would put them into a coma state. So the Alpha series were abandoned. All Alpha series were placed into coma states and left in holding at Fontaine Futuristics, Minerva's Den, and Persephone. With the Alpha series being deemed a failure, and Dr. Sheng struggling to find a way to bond a Big Daddy to the Little Sisters, he found his demise after smacking Leda, a little sister and meeting the business end of Mr. Bubbles' drill.
Angry. Jesus. You know what? Fair enough. He deserves. Okay. I think you killed him.
Dr. Shung did not realize that Leda was trying to let him know that Elizabeth found the solution by using the blood of Leda and Marsha Lutz to save the life of a Big Daddy, leading to the bonding to be complete. The success of bonding a Big Daddy to Leda and Marsha led to the bonding of the rest of the Big Daddies to the rest of the Little Sisters, which also made the Big Daddies view the Little Sisters as their daughters, and like any good father, if you lay a hand on their baby girl, they will make you pay.
Angry. Jesus. You know what? Fair enough. He deserves. Okay. I think you killed him.
To finish things off with the Big Daddies, you should know that there's not only one type of Big Daddy. Yes, I know, you're all in shock. The guy with the drill is not special and is not the only one. There are actually two types of Big Daddy as well, at least in BioShock. In the other games, there's a few more. But in BioShock, there are the two. The Rosie, which is the one that carries around weapons, and the one that we all know and love, the Bouncer.
Oh. That's a big drill.
Yes, the one with the big old drill for a hand, with the express purpose of fucking your day up, is known as the Bouncer, which makes it even funnier that this big bastard gets called Mr. Bubbles. Back to the plot. Inevitably, crossing paths with Jack, Dr. Tenenbaum urges him to save the Little Sisters, instead giving him a plasmid that will safely kill the embedded sea slug in each Little Sister, reverting them to normal girls.
That Big Daddy just got fucking sent. Thank God.
Stay away from her, or it is you who will be shot
Ah!
next.
Don't shoot me.
Now, Doctor, he's just looking for a wee bit of Adam. Just enough to get by.
I'm not looking for anything.
Hurt my little ones.
It's okay, lad. That's not a child. Not anymore.
It looks like a child, though.
Dr. Tenenbaum saw to that.
Bitte do not hurt her. Have me no heart.
Aye, that's a pretty sermon coming from the ghoul who cooked up them creatures in the first place. Took fine little girls and turned them into that, didn't you? Listen to me, boyo. You won't survive without the Adam those things are carrying. Are you prepared to trade your life, the lives of my wife and child, for Tenenbaum's little Frankenstein?
Here.
But they look like perfectly normal children.
Use this. Free them from their torment.
Sounds good.
I will make it to be worth your while.
You're saying there's a way to free them from their pain and misery. Absolutely. Hey, don't worry. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to rescue you.
No.
There you go, little one.
See? Little Sisters, these adorable little corpse gremlins. Based on how you decide to interact with them, their view on you changes dependent. They either see you as their savior or the devil. These little kiddos are referred to as the gatherers, simply because obviously they gather Adam from the corpses of splicers. Most of the game, these adorable monsters cannot be harmed unless you harvest them for their sweet, sweet Adam. So, if you want, you can swing away at them all you want with no worry of killing them, or them also attacking you because they are harmless. This is also more to do with the fact that their big papa, Mr. Bubbles, is charging behind you right now and is ready to give you a nice date with his drill. The Little Sisters were created by Dr. Tenenbaum from implanting a sea slug into the stomach of the human subject. The only valuable host for these little creatures, sadly, is that of young girls. This process was done and implemented with the express purpose of producing more Adam, which, as we all know, became one of the lifebloods for Rapture. The Little Sisters, before they became the corpse vampires that they are in the game, were just used as blood bags for Adam by Frank Fontaine and his Little Sisters orphanage in Apollo Square, as a front to exploit the children for his production of plasmids. Andrew Ryan took over Fontaine Futuristics after discovering the horrid things taking place in the orphanage. He, though appalled by the discovery, kept the production going because at the time, the denizens of Rapture had become reliant on Adam and the product produced, Plasmids. Ryan changed the name of the orphanage to the Little Wanderers Educational Facility. Now back to them being corpse vampires. This process began because as time progressed and Adam began to become shorter and shorter in supply, Ryan had to start having the little sisters gather Adam from the corpses of splicers who had died but still contained Adam in their system. This macabre practice and program was marketed by Ryan through plasmids and tonic vending machines called Gatherer's Garden.
Electro Bolt. Power up. Gatherer's Garden. Genetic modifications. All right.
As well through PAs, introducing the Little Sisters and this new practice as the salvation for Rapture. The once Andrew Ryan who found this all so appalling once he discovered the origins of how Adam was obtained, now to deal with the shortage of Adam and shortage of Little Sisters, to harvest the corpses began to kidnap little girls from their families to make into the Little Corpse Vampires. Lastly, when it comes to the Little Sisters, to say that they are monsters, even little demon children who enjoy stabbing the biggest needle into the dead, would be an overstatement. The Little Sisters, when tasked with this new job of harvesting Adam from corpses of splicers, the little girls were not keen and up to the idea. Through the power of manipulation and good old brainwashing, Dr. Yi Shung came up with the method that would make any little sister into an Adam collecting machine. The method led to the Little Sister seeing the world of Rapture as not the dreary hellscape it became, but instead as a beautiful fairy tale land filled with rosy marble floors, pink and red drapings, and flowering vines growing throughout the city. They also were conditioned to see their protectors, the Big Daddies, as their knights in golden armor. Let's get back to where we were. Atlas says his wife and child have been hiding on a submarine and directs Jack towards it.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach
I'm sorry about that.
bounty, then maybe, just maybe. I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now. But you're the only hope I'll ever see my
I mean, I don't know. I now became a Sith Lord with lightning. That's pretty cool.
Just as Jack and Atlas reach the bay where it is located, Ryan has it destroyed.
I'm on my way. I got you, Alice. Don't worry. I'm gonna save your family. Ah, shit. Well, Atlas, hate to break it to you. Your wife, son,
You
dead.
ooze in like an assassin, and then you try to sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here?
I'm
There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
Get out! Get out and get to Arcadia! Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry, Atlas. I know you're going through rough times, but hey, everything's fine. You're okay. You have me now, right?
An enraged Atlas guides Jack on a mission to kill Ryan.
Off we go.
Moira. Patrick.
Oh, your son's name was Patrick? Ew, gross.
That just like Ryan. Wait until we're almost out, and then he pulls the string. We'll find the bastard. We'll find him, and we'll tear his heart out.
Eventually, Jack confronts Ryan in his office, where the latter is casually playing golf. Ryan reveals a truth that he has pieced together. Jack was actually born in Rapture a mere 4 years ago, genetically modified to mature rapidly. He is Ryan's illegitimate son by an affair with Jasmine Jolene, an exotic dancer.
Andrew Ryan. Where? You come here, Tiger. Sounds like Ryan had an interesting relationship with this mother.
Ryan's further reveals that after purchasing Jack's embryo, Frank Fontaine designed him to obey orders that are produced or followed by the specific phrase, "Would you kindly?"
Stop, would you kindly?
Huh?
Would you kindly? Powerful phrase. Familiar phrase.
Jack was then sent to the surface when the Rapture Civil War started to put him beyond Ryan's reach. When the conflict between Fontaine and Ryan reached a stalemate, Jack was sent instructions to board a flight with a package and to use its contents, a revolver, to hijack and crash the plane near the lighthouse, enabling him to return to Rapture as a tool of Fontaine. Because Jack, as Ryan's son, he could freely use Rapture's Batsphere network, which had been locked out to everyone except those with Ryan's genetic ballpark. Finally, Ryan has Jack kill him, wanting to die on his own terms.
Kill!
Okay.
Juices!
Just die already. God. He's really stuck on this topic of a man chooses and a slave obeys.
Obey!
Sure thing. Oh. There you go. Now he's dead.
Let's take a bit to talk about Andrew Ryan and his life. This was a man who followed his beliefs and ideals all the way to the end. A man who refused to accept true defeat and refused to acknowledge the fall and demise of his own creation. What life did a man like this live that made him this way? Well, let me tell you a story, and that is the life and tale of a man who, until now, has been your main pain in the ass, Andrew Ryan. Andrew Ryan is the main antagonist throughout most of BioShock. He was the chairman of Rapture City Council, owner and operator of Ryan Industries, and Hephaestus. Ryan was born in the Russian Empire in a village near Minsk. Don't know if I pronounced that right. Which was on the front line of the First World War, where he witnessed the Russian Revolution take place. Through the revolution, the Bolsheviks came into power. Through their rule, he watched as his family's business fell into ruin, even watched his aunt and uncle get killed by the Red Guard for being seen as conspirators, trying to radicalize and go against the new Bolshevik rule. After the loss of his aunt and uncle, his father had him and a young Ryan flee from their home to Constantinople. After some time, Ryan then fled again in the year 1919 to America, where a young Russian boy changed his name to Andrew Ryan. But why America? Well, after Ryan's experience under the Bolsheviks, discovered his new philosophy of life, and that is everything good in the world was created by great individuals, but all that good eventually draws the attention and inevitably would be ruined by the parasites of the world if they gained control. So Ryan believed America to be the place that embodied his ideals and was a place where a great man could prosper. Life in America for Ryan was a turbulent one. At the beginning, he thought it was everything he dreamed of, the perfect place that had the same beliefs as his own. He became one of the richest men in America through smart investments and discovery of oil on his property. Though things began to change in the 1930s for Ryan, as new state laws were being implemented that gave benefits to what he considered parasites, he began to find his faith shaken by the America that he came to love. He even viewed and referred to what Roosevelt and his New Dealers were doing to the American people as spoon-feeding them the Bolshevik poison. The final straw for Ryan was the destruction of Hiroshima with an atomic bomb. To him, the bomb was an ultimate affront to his ideals. The use of science and determination to be harnessed for destruction was a weapon created for the parasites to destroy anything they could not seize. With that in the back of his mind, deciding to make a change, a place where he and those like him, the great individuals, would prosper and live their lives in peace, and from the parasites the world must be created. So, with his fortune, Ryan came up with and built Rapture, the utopia that would embody all of his ideals made real. Ryan, fed up with the parasites of the surface, set out to make his utopia, Rapture, a new place that the surface could not reach in the depths of the Atlantic. Early on, Rapture was everything he hoped it would be. The greatest and brightest people all in one place to create a great world. This allowed Rapture to become a booming economy that rivaled those on the surface. The booming business and the unprecedented scientific advancements all seemed so good. Even with the discovery of Atom by Dr. Tenenbaum, the full ramifications of plasmid technology and what effects Atom would have on Rapture and its citizens were not fully acknowledged or even appreciated by people like Ryan. But this Atom-blind culture that was beginning to form allowed a parasite to rise in the form of Frank Fontaine, a drug smuggler with an evil scheme to make him fortunes and to destroy Andrew Ryan's perfect utopia by taking it. Andrew Ryan's paradise and its demise was simple. Ryan, truly believing that the parasites would not be able to get to him, led to the birth of one, Frank Fontaine, who built an empire through illegal smuggling of surface goods and the advancements and distribution of plasmid technology. On the surface, Frank Fontaine seemed perfectly harmless to Ryan, even though colleagues pleaded for him to intervene and look into Frank Fontaine's activities. Ryan, not seeing anything wrong, even seeing it as a good thing and what Rapture was all about, deciding to ignore Fontaine and his dealings, is what led to the first domino to fall. A rise in the poor population of Rapture felt ignored, ostracized, and forgotten, with the beliefs and ideology of Sophia Lamb that contradicted Ryan's led to tensions to rise. There fell the second domino. Ryan, feeling the sway of the people was shifting towards Lamb's beliefs, he had her detained and silenced.
A worm comes up and sees the face of God. But look around. It's a regular convention of worms in here. They all had mothers, fathers, people who loved them. They got married. Their wives. What makes you think you're any different? I haven't chosen the spot for you on the wall yet. Let me know if you have a preference.
I mean, what do you mean? You got 2 empty spots.
Ryan did finally decide to deal with Fontaine. It was a little too late. The damage was done. The cogs in the machine were turning, and civil war was coming, and it was arguably all Ryan's fault. If he just took action sooner against Fontaine, looked closer into what he was doing, if he just handled the disparity that his ideals brought on the people of Rapture, maybe it all could have been avoided. Though, that is giving too much credit to Andrew Ryan. To believe he could reflect on his actions and accept his failings, we've seen how his tale ends and how prideful this man was. No matter the results of his actions, nothing, and I mean nothing, would have changed Ryan. He could have been allowed to do it over and over again, and arguably he would make the same mistake time and time again, and the results would always end the same. Speaking of that end, civil war raged. Ryan refused to give in to the rebellion citizens, the parasites as he loves to call them, with no end in sight for the conflict, with both Ryan's faction and Atlas's faction seeming to reach a stalemate. Dr. Yisheng proposed an unconventional solution to Ryan, and that was to use plasmids to give his side the push it needed and end this conflict, and for Ryan to regain control of his utopia. The plan was to add a pheromone to the plasmids that would make it where the citizens susceptible to mental suggestion. This plan would go against all that Andrew Ryan stood for, but with Rapture on the verge of ruin, he agreed to this plan, which led to all those who were spliced with plasmids to come under Ryan's control. Atlas, the one leading the opposition of Ryan, with a few unspliced compatriots, had to turn to his ace in the hole. After this point, that catches us back up to the events of the start of the game. With that last tangent, let's go to the ending of the game. With Ryan's death, Jack realizes too late that Atlas has also been using the trigger phrase to control him.
Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
Oh my god. Atlas reveals himself to be Frank Fontaine, who faked his death to throw Ryan off his trail and take control of the city, leaving Jack at the mercy of the reactivated security system.
Hurry now! Grab Ryan's genetic key! Now would you kindly put it in that goddamn machine?
Absolutely. Would I ever? Gotta go put this thing in the... Wait a second. Oh my god. Atlas, you've been using me this entire time, haven't you? Atlas, you sound different. Atlas? What's going on? Oh my god. Yeah. Frank Fontaine. That's what the fisherman was talking about earlier. What a phrase. Tits to toes. Dr. Tenenbaum and her little sisters help Jack escape through the vent system, where he falls and loses consciousness. Hey, where are you going? Where are we going? Oh. Oh, shit! We're getting shot at! Absolutely. Oh, and I fell. When Jack awakens, Dr. Tenenbaum has already deactivated some of his conditioned responses and assists him in breaking the remaining ones. He's a weird one. Oh. Thank you.
You are angry at Fontaine, yes? Now you know the truth.
Maybe.
You are his tool.
I mean, kind of like he was using me. That was kind of rude of him. Hi, little ones.
I owe you a debt.
No problem.
While you sleep, I undo some of Fontaine's mental conditioning.
Oh, thank you.
Control is no longer complete, but he can still pull some very unpleasant strings.
Among them, one that would have eventually stopped his heart.
Ah! What was that?
With the help of the little sisters, Jack is able to track down Fontaine, the mob boss. Having been cornered, injects himself with vast amounts of Adam and becomes an inhuman monster.
You were also the one who betrayed me, so, you know. Shit, is that you? Excuse me. You look fucking hey! That hurt.
Jack battles him, eventually prevailing and allowing the little sisters to subdue and extract the Adam from his body, killing him.
I had you built.
I sent you topside. I called you back, showed you what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now, if you don't call that family...
Oh, that's also why I have the tattoos of the chains on my hand. The chains on my character's wrist is to symbolize the, you know, being in prison. Yeah, get him, fucking get him. Good work, little ones. Good work. The ending shows 5 little sisters returning to the surface with Jack and living full lives under his care, including their graduation from college, getting married, and having children. It ends on a heartwarming tone with the elderly Jack surrounded on his deathbed by all 5 of the adult little sisters.
To find love. To live. And since the end, what was your reward? You never said. But I think I know. A family.
I love that all but one of the little ones got married. That said, this ending is if you save all the little sisters in the game and don't harvest any. And that was BioShock. Now onto my thoughts of the game. It's a classic, through and through. But the game is not perfect. Some buggy movements from NPCs, and though waiting on Big Daddies to spawn so you can harvest or rescue the little sister can be semi-tedious, but overall the game is as close to perfection as can be for a game experience. From the well-written story to character development, from discovering that you were being puppeted the whole time by Fontaine and the twisted view of the world Ryan had that led to the collapse of his amazing, well-fleshed out world, this is a game that one could have fun replaying with the fact that there are multiple endings based on the decisions you make when it comes to the little sisters. A bad thing I will say is it can be easy to get stuck at points in the game. Majority of the time you have this very helpful God arrow that shows you the way. To times it just vanishes. And objectives not being very obvious, which is not a huge problem, but can be annoying from the pace of the playthrough being halted by any objective that is not super transparent. If you are interested in playing this game, and if you have not had the opportunity to do so, I do recommend it immensely. This is a great gaming experience that I think most should have. It is available on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch. This is by far one of my favorite series of games, and finally being able to play and beat the first one truly reaffirms and cements my stance. I truly love this game and this franchise, and can't wait to talk about more games, and specifically from the BioShock franchise. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and hope to see you all back for the next one. If you did enjoy it, remember to leave a like on the video, comment down below the most interesting thing you learned about BioShock, as well your thoughts, and any other games you would be interested in me doing a deep dive into. If you haven't yet, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.